So I recently had someone contact me, and I'll read you the question. So the question was, I want to understand how are your services different from Just Life and Service Market and Careem Cleaning? Please explain the advancements and benefits of hiring your company to get the mess sorted and home cleaned. First of all, when I read that, I was like, oh, she wants cleaning services and she's just found me like the SEO hasn't worked, which is very rare because the SEO removes like people contacting for cleaning services. So then I was like, oh no, it's because these companies now promote that they do decluttering and organizing services. So they're charging for their maids like 35 dirhams per hour, which is the normal cleaning price. And they might charge a little bit more for the organizing, but it's not the same price as what an organizer will charge for organizing something. So I said to her, like, send me pictures and videos so I can see what's going on and I can see if you need my help or if you just, if she just needed cleaning help. And she did need my help. She needed an organizer to go in and she wanted to change the jars. So she had those ugly plastic jars with the yellow lids that a lot of people use and wanted to change it to something better. And everything was in different cupboards and in the wrong places. And it was disorganized and there was a lot of clutter and it needed to be sorted. There was things in drawers that shouldn't be in drawers and in cupboards. It needed my help. I could see it straight away. I could see that it would take 4 hours if it was me doing it. When I said to her, this is the quote, this is my services, this is how I work, explain it all, which I do all the time. She wrote back and went, no, that's not what I'm looking for. And I went, okay, I could argue and say, no, this is what you're looking for, but I don't argue with people now. If they don't want my services, that's fine. They'll either come back a later date or they won't. It doesn't matter. They're not my ideal client, as we say, in business. But then it made me realize that what she was looking for was an organizer, but she didn't want to pay for an organizer. She didn't want to pay what an organizer will charge. We have a different set of skills. We have a different set of knowledge, and we don't get overwhelmed when we look at clutter if we're good organizers. Now, there are a lot of organizers out there charging a lot of cheap prices who are not good at dealing with that. They think they are. They're not. But a good organizer will be able to look at all that stuff and not get freaked out and know what to do, create zones in the space, create it so that you will be able to find everything quickly and in an organized way. Now, these girls that are coming in are maids. Now, they haven't been trained to be organizers. They haven't got the knowledge or the intellect or the skills. And that's not saying anything against them. It's just the facts of reality. I was born this way. I inherited these skills of being organized from my dad. Other people have learnt, they've gone on courses to be organizers. So there is a lot of skills that goes in it and a lot of thought that goes into organizing people's spaces. It's not just about taking everything out of the cupboard, cleaning it and putting it back. There are a lot of thought processes that go in place when you're doing an organizing session. So you have to think about that. So if see what your budget is. If your budget is not for an organizer, that's fine. Save up to get an organizer if you can. Otherwise, use these services and use them as much as you can with the skills that they have, but just acknowledge and understand that these companies, and they are like companies that get all these different businesses into their portal and then sell it out. So they're not even providing the services. They're third party like portals collating them all together. So anyway, it's a whole other thing, but just, realize that these companies, Urban Company, Just Life, all that, are not going to provide the service that you need and require when it comes to organizing. If you do need proper decluttering and organizing, get in touch with myself or with organizers nearest to you who will be able to help you. And if you can't afford it, they might have payment plans. I mean, now I accept Tabby here to help people who are restricted with their budget or with their cash flow. So that I just wanted to talk about that because I know, it can be tight for people, but that they still have to deal with clutter. And there are ways to deal with and get help. You just have to know how to ask or who to contact. Anyway, I hope that helped you and gave you some more guidance on how these portals work. And if you do need help, you can always get in touch with me. Take care. Bye.